If you want to layer audio tracks in DaVinci Resolve, whether you're building a clean dialogue mix, adding background music, or stacking sound effects and ambience, this is one of the most useful editing skills you can learn. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through the full process step by step so you can organize your audio properly, control the volume of each layer, and create a more polished final edit. And if you find this helpful, be sure to hit like and subscribe for more DaVinci Resolve tutorials just like this. Let's jump right in. First, open DaVinci Resolve and go to the Edit page. You can do that by clicking the third icon from the left at the bottom center of the interface. Once you're on the Edit page, you'll see your timeline tools, your media panel, and all the controls you need to work with your audio. Now look at the top left corner and find the Media pool. This is where all of your imported clips are stored. Select the audio clips you want to layer. For example, you might choose a dialogue track, a music track, and maybe a sound effect or two. The idea here is to keep each type of audio separate so you have more control later. Next, drag your primary audio clip onto the timeline. In most cases, this is your dialogue or main voice recording. When you drop it into the timeline, DaVinci Resolve will place it on audio track 1. This becomes your foundation track, so it's usually the most important one to get positioned correctly. After that, take your second audio clip, such as background music, and drag it from the media pool directly below the first track. When you drop it there, DaVinci Resolve 20 will automatically create audio track 2. This is one of the easiest parts of the process because the software handles the track creation for you as soon as you place the clip in a new lane. If you want to add even more layers like sound effects, ambient noise, or extra music, just repeat the same process. Drag each clip into the empty gray space below your existing tracks. Every time you drop a clip into a lower empty area, Resolve will build a new audio track for that layer. This is a really clean way to keep your mix organized, especially when working on larger projects. Once your tracks are in place, you can start checking how each layer sounds on its own. On the far left side of each track header, you'll see the mute button, labeled M, and the solo button, labeled S. If you click mute, that track will stop playing. If you click solo, only that track will play while the others are temporarily silenced. These buttons are very useful when you want to isolate dialogue, music, or effects and hear exactly what each layer is doing. Now let's talk about volume control. On each track header, you'll also see a horizontal slider. Move that slider left to right to decrease or increase the volume of the entire layer. This is a fast way to balance a music bed against voiceover or make a sound effect more subtle. If your background music is too loud, just pull it down a little. If your dialogue feels too quiet, raise it slightly until it sits better in the mix. For more precise control, you can use keyframes. Hold the Alt key and click on the white line in the center of an audio clip. That creates keyframes, which let you manually fade audio in and out over time. This is especially helpful for smooth transitions, like lowering music when someone starts speaking, then bringing it back up during a pause. Keyframes give you much more control than a simple track volume adjustment. If you want to see all of your audio layers side by side in a more detailed view, open the Mixer panel by clicking the Mixer icon in the top right corner of the interface. The Mixer gives you a clearer picture of each track and makes it easier to manage levels across the whole timeline. This is where you can really fine-tune your mix and make sure every element has the right place in the audio balance. Inside the Mixer, adjust the faders for each track until everything sounds balanced. Your goal is usually to make sure the background music supports the dialogue instead of overpowering it. The dialogue should stay clear and easy to understand, while the music and effects enhance the scene without distracting from it. Take your time here, because small adjustments can make a huge difference in the overall quality of your project. Once you've finished layering and balancing your tracks, play the timeline back a few times and listen carefully. If something feels too loud, too quiet, or too cluttered, go back and tweak the slider, keyframes, or mixer levels until it sounds right. Audio mixing is all about fine-tuning, and the more you practice, the easier it becomes. And that's how to layer audio tracks in DaVinci Resolve. You've now learned how to add multiple audio clips, build separate tracks, mute and solo layers, adjust volume, use keyframes for fading, and balance everything in the mixer. If this tutorial helped you out, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more easy DaVinci Resolve guides. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.